So this is going to be an update for the maintenance coming out very soon to global. So as you guys can see in the title and the thumbnail, this is some crazy stuff that's going to go on. So right now the maintenance should be happening in a couple hours from this video time, 10 p.m. PDT from today. So it should be like 11, 12, 1 p.m. or 1 a.m. for Eastern time. Should last around like 2 hours and 30 minutes. So this is what you're going to be getting. So the DSOs will be exchange shop events added. I think Merlin should be added to the actual coin shop, and then power up event as well. Now if we go into the April 1st section, this is where it's going to be I guess just the stuff that's going to be coming out. So right here is an event, get diamonds and 5-star hero enhanced potions, and then through these actual events. So if you do the Fort Solgris, you do the fight festivals, etc., you can get these rewards when you do that, as well as doing the clear boss battles. So getting all these things would be really good for you. Just try to grind out as much as you can. If you need to pause the video anytime, just pause it if you guys need to read it. But these things are just extra rewards you can get for playing through the game itself. So just make sure you play as much as you can through it, and then you should be good to go. So like you can get diamonds, 50% boss battle stamina. So that's actually really good as well. And just grind out this stuff. So the next thing I want to talk about right here, it's like I previously wrote 50% Fort Solgris stamina instead of the correct term boss battle. So they apologize for the confusion. So right here, this is finally what's going to be happening. So the new update is going to have the tree, which grants true love, Hawk Pass event, and Hawk's baby book. The Hawk Pass is actually a pretty decent thing to get, and I think it's like $10 to get, and you get a lot of rewards, leveling up in Hawk Pass. You'll get a lot of materials, right? Not materials, it'd be like more like potions, SSR pendants, I guess a little bit of material here and there for like demons and stuff. But we'll see how it looks first before I say anything, but that's still pretty good for the Hawk Pass. Next thing is going to be the units. So finally, Fairy HELBRAM is coming out. SSR HELBRAM, yes, this red one is coming out to the game. So that's going to pretty much be very, very good for PvP, because HELBRAM is, of course, a unit that can petrify, so it's going to be very, very helpful. But we'll talk about these units after the update. I talk about the update. So the other units will be Death Pierce. So the SSR Death Pierce is also coming out as well, the green one. And then also as well as an SR Dogetto, which is this Dogetto right here. Now, for this, those are the only three that are coming out. You can see a pickup event is being held for the red HELBRAM and the Fairy King. Okay, so King will be coming out as well. So the Forest Garden, which is a green one, super good for the Great Demon. Definitely nice to see there. And then go to the pickup event. If I click there, I don't know what's gonna actually do it. Oh yeah, so new hero revives. So here's your chance to get the reincarnation Fairy HELBRAM, who can deplete ultimate move gauge and petrify. And then King, of course, who is useful against the Great Demon. These two will be in a banner, it seems like. That's gonna be actually really good in my opinion. I wouldn't go too crazy on this banner, but if you like playing PvP, definitely try going for HELBRAM when you can. Then you also have the HELBRAM info hero, of course. The pickup bonus gauge separately from heroes. Let's actually click here. I'm not sure. I kind of just, go about it and see what goes on in here when it comes to like reading through Netmarble. So it's going to make me sign in. Nope, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so let's just move on. New heroes will be added to the coin shop or normal draw in the future. I'm assuming it's King, because yeah, I don't think he would be added to the coin shop. It'd be a little weird. Unless he was put into the SR version, the gold ones. That could be a possibility. You never know. You never know with global. So the next stuff is going to be talking about, okay, so right here, the King bundle is going to be coming out. The Melody Allegro costume set is coming out. New costumes will be added for the You Are Fairy Knight King Captain. 30 diamonds. Applicable heroes, which is going to be the Fairy King, well, Fairy, not Fairy King, Fairy HELBRAM for both of them. I think that's pretty much it for that update. So it doesn't say if Merlin's going to be added to the coin shop anywhere here. Not that I see. So I'm not sure if they're going to add her. But I wouldn't doubt it if they do add her, because, that's just her. I mean, I don't see any other posts from them at all for the new posts, for news or anything like that. I mean, if I click here, I think it's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. So it doesn't really say much. I mean, it says exchange shop events added. So, I mean, I'm not sure exactly there. But for that, yeah, HELBRAM will be coming out, and then you have just this couple stuff that will be coming out as well. So definitely pretty looking forward to that. Now, talking about the unit. So this unit, red HELBRAM, he is very good because he can take away ultimate gauge orbs, just like how Merlin does. But this unit also petrifies. So the blue king, as you guys know, this blue king right here, he also petrifies, right? When he's on his 2-turn or 3-turn attack, or skill turn, right? 2-star or 3-star. Same thing with this HELBRAM. So really good for that. Now the thing is, if you have 2 petrify units, right, you're basically gonna be really set for PvP because you can only allow one, your enemy to attack once. That's it, compared to attacking with the other units. So that's really good for him. Now the other thing is taking away ultimate gauge orbs. That's very, very helpful. So try to do that when you can. Now the thing is, when you have the chance to do that, you are going to be needing this unit, which I'm pretty sure by now you guys should have pulled for him, Gother. So Gother, of course, because he ranks up your units, and the more you rank up, of course, the more you will have the chance to petrify, just like how King and HELBRAM will be doing at the same time. And that's basically what you're going to call KingBrum on PvP. So this is finally going to be happening. Once they come out, or once this unit comes out, you should be able to do that once you pull him. But yeah, if you have Gother, of course. You want to have Gother because it's easier to do it. So that's basically how he works for that. And then, of course, his ultimates, he has one with Gustav. Now, if you do it with Gustav, you're doing more damage than normal, from the normal multiplier. But he also cancels buffs and stances on all enemies. So let's just say you're fighting someone who has a stance, right? Let's just say you're fighting, for example, just because Meliodas is the easiest one to name, he has a stance where he does his full counter. This should take it away. So pretty good as well. And then the buffs, like let's just say you're fighting an Arthur. That buff that Arthur gives with his boost will be taken away. So I think that should cancel. It should cancel it out. If it doesn't, then that's because Arthur just is immune to that. But I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. If I am right, just let me know. I'm pretty sure that's how it works though. But it's just his multiplier for 280% of attack and the 250% of attack with Gustav. And then multiply is higher once you do level 1 to 6 for his ultimate. His passive. This passive increases basic stats by 5% per surviving ally. So of course, if you have allies surviving, he's going to have a boost for basic stats, which is really good for this unit because he's going to do more damage. So look forward to that once you guys do get him. Very good unit to have. And his associations, you can do it with Gustav, with Kings, with Bond, Jericho's, and so on. Now, the next units, these 2 units, I don't think they're really going to be good, in my opinion. I didn't really see anyone use these in the time for JP when they first came out. So these 2 units will most likely be a skip. I'm pretty sure they're going to probably have, like, I don't know how they're going to do the banner, but they might have their own banner. Dogeto and Deathpierce might have their own banner. Like JP, I believe, had their own banner for Deathpierce. I think it was a step up for his, if I remember correctly. If I'm wrong, let me know. But HELBRAM, he should be a banner with the Green King. So the Green King right here, he should have a banner with him. So these 2 units, it's actually a really good banner to summon for, personally. So now it depends on what other units are on the banner, but these 2 units are very good to have. This unit for sure, really good to have. This King, of course, Great Demon, fastest unit that you can run with. So really nice to know. But the Deathpierce himself, he is good for like a couple things like this. He disables buffs and disables skills, right? Debuff skills. So that's not bad, but you won't really use him as much as you really think you would if you pulled him, just because he could probably be taken out really fast because his stats, they're not really that good. Like his attack isn't really good, his HP is decent, but you can see like his pierce rating, his resistance, crit damage is not bad. 150% is actually really good. But for this unit right here, you can try him out. The thing is with him, he decreases, so his passive decreases enemies' crit resistance and crit defense by 30%. Like, you're not really going to care too much about that, So, and passive is a really big deal, in my opinion, for this game. So, but now you look at this other thing, Grandicioso, whatever it's called. This ignores resistance. So, it's basically like it's like a defense kind of style where it ignores defense and attacks through the enemy. So that's basically what resistance really is. So he inflicts shatter damage equal to 450% as a 3-star attack. So I guess he might do some pretty decent damage. I've never really tried him out on JP, so I don't want to say too much about him. But I mean, I never used him on JP. I just pulled him, never touched him, So he could be decent. But his ultimate, he inflicts damage equal to 300% of attack on all enemies. So he can actually attack everyone. That's actually good. And then he decreases attack-related stats by 30% for 3 turns. That's not bad. He's pretty good for that. I would give him that for attack-related stats. His recommended usage, Deathpierce main usage is for his unique passive to be activated on the sub-slot for AoE and Pierce comps. So if you're running a team that can do a lot of damage, let's just say you're running let's just say you're doing a demon raid, or if you're doing something like PvP, right? And you have a team who hits a lot for AoE and piercing, like Hauser, this would give him the boost for that reason. So I guess that's not bad. I mean, you could try him out in PvP, but I don't think he really ranks up pretty well for that. His associations, of course, are going to be with Meliodas' and Hendrickson and Dreyfus. So in his attack and defense slots, gears are what you would want to use for him. But personally, I don't think he's gonna be good for you. Dogeto, though, he's an SR unit. This Dogeto is, you can use him. He does some pretty decent damage. For his 3-star attack, he is going to do 450% on attack. He disables ultimate move gauge increase for 2 turns. So that can be very, very helpful. So you can stop your enemy from getting their ultimate gauges. So, you know, that can force a turn, you know, a couple turns for the enemy, so that's actually really good. Then you have his second attack. This is going to ruin. So ruin is a increased damage dealt by 20% per debuff on the target, and it removes debuffs. So if that, I'm not too sure what that means on removing the debuffs with the damage dealt. So he does, okay, so he does 20% per debuff on the target, so the unit has to be debuffed. So let's just say like an ignite is a debuff. Then that means, so he can do more damage the more debuffs there are, and then he removes debuffs. See, that's the thing I get confused about. But he still does 400% of damage, so that's not bad. The more damage, of course, the higher the damage, that's better. But the ruin part, I'm not too sure on. If you guys know, let me know in the comments below. But he's an SR unit. I mean, SR units normally aren't too great, but they can handle their own. His ultimate cancels buffs and stances on one enemy, so that's good. And inflicts damage equals to 490% of attack, really good. Then he stuns for 1 turn, so that's actually good. Stunning is really, really good. That's not bad, actually. I'd say that's pretty good for him. Then his recommended usage is Dogeto has a decent damage kit with utility and CC. His passive is good to boost defense for mono strength team. However, he does not have any specific use case in the game or any place he excels in. So that's what I figured. I mean, he's not going to do much for that, but I mean, I guess it won't be too bad to disable ultimate move gauges here and there, I guess. His passive increases the defense related stats of strength attribute allies by 30%. So for all, of course, I was going to say STR strength types. I guess it is STR too. That's actually good for the allies. You could use him in the back slot and just have him there the whole time and hope for the best with that. But I mean, I don't think he's gonna be worth using too much, like compared to, you know, HELBRAM. HELBRAM's the main boy here. But that's pretty much the update for it. I mean, I would say wait until the banner's out before you do summon or you even think about summoning, because the banner could be pretty bad. Honestly, if it's bad, then you have to be careful on how you summon on the banner. So when it comes out, we'll definitely look at it and we'll decide if we want to summon on it. If not, you know, it is what it is with that. But that's pretty much for the update. If you guys did enjoy, drop a like, subscribe if you guys are brand new, and then comment down below if you guys are excited for HELBRAM. That's gonna do it for today's video, guys. Have a good day.